now what we're going to do is unveil a model to you quickly, and then we're going to have another scenario to listen to. So the first thing is, what do we want to listen for? So the first one is, what are they thinking? And you guys had some good examples of that. What's this person thinking? Not what are they saying, but what are they thinking that you're engaged with about the situation you're in? Then, what are they feeling? Listen for what that person you're engaged with might be feeling. Put yourself in their shoes a little bit. See if you can understand from this situation how they might be feeling, not just what they're thinking, but how they might be feeling. And then finally, are they willing or not willing to be engaged in this situation, and willing to do what as we go forward? So if we have this simple little model in our brain, as we're deeply listening to others, what are they thinking? What are they feeling? And what are they willing or not willing to do? We found it's really super helpful to really develop a deeper, richer understanding. In addition to that, the secret key here is good questions. So what you'll find is that you can ask objective questions. What happened? What did you do? You can uncover actions, and you can uncover facts by asking good objective questions. You can also ask questions that are reflective. These are my favorite, that make them think quite a bit. What did you hope to achieve? How would you like to respond? Get them really thinking and evaluating it from a different angle. What could you do differently? This causes a pause. This causes them to look and think and maybe even learn in the process themselves a little bit. Next questions are interpretive. So now we have their brain operating in a more left brain fashion. What have you learned so far? What do you think is going on? What were the implications? And then finally, decisional. And in this, what are they planning on doing? What's stopping them from doing something? How would they like us to respond or them to respond? So these are nice little categories as you think about preparing for a conversation that you're going to have. You can actually put a few questions together ahead of time that almost always help you if they're prepared ahead of time and you're not winging it. Have a deeper conversation and listen better and be better organized for it. So now what we're going to do is listen to a second scenario, and this one's between two people. And James is an outside consultant, and he's working with Shannon, one of his customers. And in this process, it's a catch-up call. And let's see what you can pick up for this interaction. This might stimulate a way to think about this deeper conversation.
I'm curious, how did it go with the challenge you're facing, making your planned team event virtual as opposed to in person?
My boss wants it to be done for the same amount of time, and I'm afraid it'll be boring if it lasts all day. Then I had an idea and suggested we do the same amount of time, but break it up over 3 days for 2 hours each day. He said that type of change would cause a big rescheduling mess, and it's too soon to try such a change. He was very intimidating, so I told him I would do my best with the schedule as is.
So how do you feel about that?
I'm honestly not sure. Maybe I could come up with some ideas to make it more engaging.
It's a great idea. We've actually been working with various companies to find ways to increase the interaction on these web-based meetings. Been seeing some solid results. Is that something you might like us to partner with you on?
Wow, that would be really awesome. I've worked so hard organizing this, and I could really benefit from some help and feedback. I'm kind of new to this position and been a little nervous, and frankly, I'm feeling a pretty steep learning curve. Thanks a bunch. I'll look forward to your advice.
Let's use the chat function again to say, what did you notice? What did you hear? What was interesting? What did you uncover this time listening to this interaction? Open to be helped. Heard fear for sure. She was open to help and other opinions, yes. Deep listening going on by James to be able to ask those kinds of questions. Very supportive in the process, it felt. You guys uncovered a lot. Good work. Let's look at some of the questions that James used. He used an objective question, a reflective question, and a decisional question. So he did a nice job of mixing up a variety of questions that tapped into where this person was and uncovered, I think, pretty well what they were thinking, what they were feeling, and definitely a willingness to go forward.